Okay, guys. Well, we're excited about playing this game. Obviously, this is the biggest game of the year around here, the in-state rivalry, and it's been tremendous games in the past. I know our players are certainly looking forward to the challenge. And coming off last week, I think we got, we're not into moral victories here, but I think our players understand they should have some confidence about the way they played last week. If we can continue to get better, and we got to show some improvement from game 1 to game 2. And then we could be right there in the fight. But I thought we did some good things. Our wide receivers, I think, really played well, like we expected. I thought Tyler played, probably with the exception of one play, might have played his best game he's ever played here. And then defensively, we did some nice things, getting some pressure on the quarterback for once. And we played the run fairly well there. We got to find a way to create some turnovers. But other than that, I thought we played pretty well there. And then on third downs, both sides of the ball, that was one of the things that we've looked to get better at from last year. And I think we were 61% on offense, 33% on defense. So that's right where we want to be. And we just need to keep trying to improve. So, any questions?
Do you feel like you guys have closed the gap in your time here against UNM, especially the last 2 years you've played them?
Well, I think talent-wise, certainly we've closed the gap on everybody. I mean, when we first got here, the talent level was absolutely awful, and we didn't have enough scholarships, the whole thing. I don't know if people still appreciate where this program has come from, where we are right now as far as a foundation. We haven't topped the winning season yet, but there's at least a foundation here now to win off of that hasn't existed before, and our coaching staff, particularly the assistant coaches, should really be commended for that because they fought a lot of battles, APR, scholarship numbers, recruiting, all those things to get it where it is. And, I think talent level now, Jason, we can play with just about anybody. I think one of the big things is this is the first year we're not playing freshmen. All these guys have played before. We got some freshmen that are playing in special teams and maybe certain roles, but they're not starting, and that's makes us a much better football team. And in football, you win with juniors and seniors playing, not freshmen. And like I said, it's the first time we've been out of that mode.
What do you think of UNM? What did you watch the ACU game? And did they? I mean, they tried to throw a ball. I don't know if that was just kind of just testing things out. I assume you're expecting the triple option.
Yeah, I mean they're one of the top rushing teams in the country every year. So I mean you're going to have to play the option and stop the run if you're going to be able to compete with them. I'm sure they're trying to get better throwing the ball, just like everybody tries to get better at certain things each year. And I think they are better throwing the football. But at the end of the day, it's all about stopping the run and playing the option with them. And they've got really talented, skilled guys. The quarterback is really talented. They always have good running backs. The offensive line always is big and physical, and that's the way you have to play in the option. So there's a lot of things to overcome there for us.
Can you talk about Lamar Jordan a little more specifically? He's the quarterback, and there were questions coming into this year on whether he was a capable passer. But, as Jason just said, they tried to throw the ball a little bit in the ACU game. But how much does his speed at the quarterback position concern you?
Oh, I mean, that's where it all begins with that offense. It's all about the quarterback and him executing that, and not only the speed, in which he's got tremendous speed. I mean, he does a great job with the option, but I don't think people underestimate the mental part that the quarterback has to handle in that offense, because I'll guarantee you he's checking plays from one side to the other. He has to know how to read down linemen, read edge guys when to pitch the ball, give the ball. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into playing quarterback in that offense, and he does a phenomenal job. I think he's really a gifted passer. I mean, every time I've seen him play, whether it's on film or in person, I mean, he throws a really tight spiral. It's a good ball. It's got good pace on it. It's just I'm sure he's still developing, but he's got all the skills to be, one of the best ones they've ever had.
What would 2 rivalry wins in a row mean for your players and your team?
Well, a win period would be huge, Jason. I mean, 2 in a row would be great in the rival game, obviously, but we need a win just to get us jump started. We've gotten off to a pretty good start here. We've shown a lot of improvement, but you have to win games, and we need a win to get this season going. There's a lot of challenges with us. Obviously, UNM has a lot more resources than we have. They got a much bigger budget than we have. They got much everything than we have. But so we have to go there and we have to play with a lot of passion. We have to play with a chip on our shoulder. We got to play with some fire in our eyes. We got to play with attitude, and that can make up for a lot. And that's what our players need. That's what our players need every week. And if we can have that every week, we might be able to have some consistency here for the first time.
The most noticeable thing was obviously the sacks last week. When you're playing a team that runs, how do you translate that into stuff like run defense?
Well, it's
They're not very
it's tackle for loss. You know, you need to be able to put them in, in some long yardage situations. So, you know, defensively, you got to get some penetration up front. You got to be able to knock people backwards, and you got to get the tackles for loss. You're not going to get 6 sacks. You know, that stuff's not going to happen. Most of their passing game is going to be play action anyway. So yeah, that's where all that comes into play.
What are you expecting from their defense? We haven't talked about that yet, but they lost a bunch of 7 starters from last year. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, I mean, their scheme hasn't changed. I mean, it's still, they do a nice job with pressures. They bring a lot of pressures off the edge. They play a lot of man coverage. They play some different combination schemes in the back end. Our wide receivers have to win one-on-one matchups, and we have to get our wide receivers in one-on-one matchups. And, you know, Tyler's got to make the throw and they got to make the catch. And then the other thing is protection. You know, you got to do a great job of protecting. You know, what they depend on is you not getting the ball off. You know, they depend on, you know, their guys getting there before those DBs can give up a big play. So it's monumental that we do a great job of protecting the passer when we're in a max protection or something like that. And when we're releasing everybody, Tyler has to know where to go with the ball if he does get a blitz, so that we don't take sacks, you know, because we had too many sacks last week ourselves. So that'd be a big part of the game. And then you have to manufacture a running game. You have to be able to run the ball against these guys. So we'll see if we can get that done.
How did the offensive line do in pass protection and run blocking?
I think, you know, we were really probably below average in pass protection, and it was just one-on-one guys getting beat. You know, our tackles got beat a couple of times. And Arizona State has some great edge rushers, so I get that part of it too. But probably 3 of the sacks were just us getting beat in one-on-one situations, and that can't happen. So we've got to get better there. Run blocking, I thought, you know, we were pretty efficient and did a pretty good job, and we were on people most of the night pretty good.
Last time you had Tyler and Larry in the backfield was 2015, and I think Larry ran for 260 up in Albuquerque before, you know, Tyler got injured. But can you see Larry having that same type of success this Saturday against the UNM defense?
Well, I mean, he had some real explosion runs in that game. I think there was a couple of runs that were over 40 or 50 yards that really put him in that range. Yeah, I don't know that you'll see that. You know, that was kind of a fluke deal in that game. What we've got to be is consistent running the ball. You know, however many yards that is, doesn't matter. But our yards per carry has got to be about 4.5, somewhere around in there. If we can keep that at that range, then Larry will have a good day and our offense will have a good day.
Having Larry and Jason in the backfield at the same time is another new wrinkle. How does that enhance your offense?
Yeah, I mean, everybody got to see Jason Huntley play like we've seen him play in practice, Jack, you know, and the plays he made there we've seen, you know, all last year really and into this spring especially since he's gotten a little bit bigger. So we got to continue to keep getting him the ball. I think he had 10 touches the other night, which is about where we wanted him to be for the game. We got to continue as the season goes on, get him on the field more and more while Larry's on the field together, though, in different ways. You know, they can be as a running back or he could be in the game as a wide receiver. He catches the ball really well, too. So that's something we want to continue to grow with offensively.
Where are you guys at with the injuries? I don't think DeShante played. I don't know if Jaden came out late at that game.
Yeah, DeShante Lloyd could have played in the game, but he had the bad ankle, and so, you know, we were playing well without him, didn't have to do it. So hopefully he'll be able to go full speed this week. He's practicing. Jaden came out with a hamstring, so he's day-to-day. DeMarcus Owens is back full speed, so that'll help us in the secondary. Jonathan Boone, I think, will still be questionable with his ankle. We'll have to see how he is this week. And other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape.